You must have already seen this picture. I thought I'll hide it, and then, but she also told that I was an army officer. But I'll just share my life story with you. And I know you are big enough to grasp whatever you can out of my life. I know your generation is far more ahead of us. So, grasping power and to know the right and wrong is much more I have. To begin with, about 31 years back, this is me, obviously. You can see that small young lad. I was about 21 years that time. My parents were pepping me, I was becoming an officer. And I felt very heavy that day. Not because of the uniform, not because of the medals, but the responsibility I was to take after that. Responsibility of the nation. And you can see this. This is exactly 21 years after that. I hung my uniform and jumped into another uniform, into modeling industry. And 4 years later, I was into the movies. I had no idea that I would be going to the movies. I was changing my uniform every decade. But behind that uniform, who was I? That was the question. And for that, I am standing here to tell whatever the uniform you wear, your values don't change. I'll tell about my army days. A very small incident. You might not relate to it, but it affected me a lot. I was posted in Sopore, that's ahead of Srinagar, and it was infested with terrorism that time. All day long, we had been doing patrolling, and we came back in the evening. We just had put our luggage down and every equipment down. We were having our dinner, and again the orders came that we had to go for an operation. I just told my boys, get ready again. I asked them, aren't you tired? One young lad, he was about 18 years old, he told me, sir, it is our duty. It is our duty to stand for the nation. And that was my first month of in the uniform. And that young lad of 18 years told me this. And that stayed me all my life. When things get tough, you have to push yourself. There's no looking back. I'll share another incident. We were doing patrolling, and when we go for long patrols, we carry our own luggage. Like on the China border, we used to go for about 40 days long range patrols. So we carry luggage on ourselves. We carry our rations also on our backs. So in between, I saw a person carrying double of his weight of his colleague. I asked him what happened. Well, he was not feeling well, so I took the weight. I told him, why did not you tell me? I will distribute the weight. Bola, it's not about asking for help. It is just about helping our colleagues so that every one of us can go along. These two incidents were very first year of my uniform, which changed my outlook to the life. Whatever life gives you, always stand by your values. In army, we are told Naam, Namak Nishan. Naam means you stand for your name. Namak means you stand for your loyalty. And Nishan, you stand for the badge or for the country you're serving. So this always remains our motto. And this motto, I tried to live in my other uniforms also. Then my modeling career started. And I had no plans. I was a very, very shy person. I always went away. Wherever I saw the camera, I just ran away from there. And I was sitting in the airport, to be precise, the Hyderabad airport I was sitting. And after I finished I hung my uniform. A person was sitting next to me, and he was working on a laptop, and he was looking at me. So I thought that he's thinking that I'm intruding into his privacy. So I just shifted my seat 2 seats away from him. He got up, came to me. I was in this look, because after that, you must have seen I was a clean-shaven guy. So he told me that, would you like to work in my movie? I was totally zapped. I had no idea. I never saw any movie. I never knew about anything about modeling. I was totally what you call in army. I was known as an anti-social guy, not a social guy, anti-social guy, because wherever some gathering is there, I would run away from there and hide myself somewhere else. And okay, it's fine with me. So he just gave me a script, and that thing did not happen, but it opened my mind that people are liking my look. Let's try this. Got into modeling. Modeling also, I'll tell you two incidents which helped me what I learned from army. There was a, you must be seeing this look where I am walking the ramp bare chested. When I left army, I was 90 kgs. I had to leave army because I met with an accident and I was a low medical category. And I was advised not to lift weights, not to run, not to ride bikes. But I did everything ulta. The designer wanted this kind of a look, what you can see on this left. But I did not have this kind of a body that time. But it came as a challenge. I wanted to walk like this. I wanted to do this ramp show. So I made sure I worked hard. I was dedicated to my commitment. And finally, I could do this. After this, he was very happy and he told me that I never expected this from you, that you would be able to do. That time I realized what I learned in army. What you stand for, just do that. Your commitment, your dedication is always going to carry whatever uniform you wear. After that, COVID happened. And then suddenly no work. Many people were disgusted that what's going to happen next. What I did was I was working on myself and suddenly got another plan. I got a call that I was being looked for a movie. And I was an antagonist in it. It was a totally different field for me. I had no idea. When I was shooting, there was a sequence in which I was being pulled by the rope and a horse had to jump with the hero sitting on the horse, he killing me with the sword, and then I falling myself on the horse. It was a very, very difficult stunt. And I was asked whether I will be able to do it or if you want, we can use the body double. But I took it as a challenge because what I had learned about 20 years back, I cannot go back on it. I trained hard, did the complete stunt. After that, the director had come to me. He told me that I had full faith in you because I saw you the way you were practicing, the way you were dedicated to your job. I knew that it is going to happen. And you did it. I was very happy with myself because in army we were taught once the job has been entrusted to you, it has to be done no matter what. So what I would like to say is, whatever uniform you wear, like I wore a uniform of military, I was in modeling, I was into acting. Whatever uniform you wear, your values must not change. Only those values will take you to the end. Why this matters for the future? As you know, AI has already come. We hear a lot about AI, that a lot of jobs will go, what is going to happen. So we don't know after 30, 40 years what is going to happen. You might be preparing for one career, but that jobs might not be there. So what is going to be there after 30, 40 years and beyond? It is your character. It is your values, what you pass down. Because the character only will define how far your career go. Think of someone who you really admire. Do you really admire them for their position or for their character? Exactly. You always remember a person because of their character, not because of the position he's holding or what position she is holding. So whatever uniform you wear, always be true to yourself. Because once the work has been given to you, it has to be finished. It is not about your convenience. It is about the work. And it is about the trust the other person is having you. I told you about Naam, Namak and Nishan. I'll again emphasize on this. Always remember, Naam, your name, your izzat, your organization izzat, that comes first. Namak, always be loyal to your organization. Always be loyal to yourself. It will take you a long way. Nishan, your badge of honor, your flag. For that, you have to do everything. Because in the end, nothing else will matter. Nobody will remember what position I was, what uniform I wear, whether I'm a army officer, whether I'm a model, but what will matter is my values. That will take me long. At the age of 54, I'm still ready to reinvent myself. I again want to get into something new. And I am getting into something new again, very fast. And only one thing which has helped me come all this way along. That is my value, that is my character. Dedication, integrity, and commitment. So in the end, I've got only one thing to say. You'll get many uniforms in your life to change, but always keep your values. Thank you.